locked. Avionics master is off. Transponder is set to 1200 altitude. Beacon is on. Fuel selector is on both. Circuit breakers all in. Brakes. Test and set. Going full rich on the mixture. Carb heat is in. Throttle will open just a fuzz. Okay. Okay. Prime it. Keys will go in. Flash will come on. Start. Clear.
Runway 21, visual approaching you. Yes, sir, Clarksburg RWY. Clarksburg RWY, DME, out of service.
Check.
Out of service, 5.8 miles, east southeast airfield, 1,963 feet MSL, 403 feet AGL.
2.
Runway 21, Pappy's out of service. Visual information for West Virginia and surrounding areas available now once the flight service. Advisors contact you of X-ray. Clarksburg confirmation X-ray 11530, wind calm, visibility 10. Sky clear below 12000, temperature 232.19 or altimeter 3014. Runway 21, visual approaching you. Yes, sir, Clarksburg RWY, not monitored. Clarksburg RWY, DME, out of service. Tower light out of service, 5.8 miles, east southeast airfield, 1,963 feet MSL, 403 feet AGL. Runway 21, Pappy's out of service.
Alright, we have Zulu. And okay. Okay, we're gonna taxi. We are going to taxi. All right then. Let's do it. Check the brakes. Get back over on center. Okay. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima. We are taxiing from the north hangars to runway 23 for a departure to the south, Fairmont. Okay. We got fuel selector on both. Flight controls, free and collect. Elevator goes down. My side goes up, that side goes down. Elevator's up. That side's up, that side's down. Down. Right, left, rudder. Free and correct. Elevator trim is set for takeoff. Let's go ahead and do a quick mag check here.
Fairmont traffic, Skylane 10 Alpha is crossing 23 to get on the other side of the hangar.
Left mag is good, back to both. Right mag is good, back to both. We have suction. RP comes in, there's the drop, throttle to the stops. Keep running. RP'd in. Oil pressure temperatures still in the green. 1000 RPM, no pitot heat. Verify flaps are set for takeoff. Radios are set. We'll be ready to call Clarksburg Tower when we get off. And transponders out, two doors and windows closed and locked. Seats and seatbelts secured. All right, brakes coming off. All right, let's go. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima taking runway 23. We'll be making a straight out departure to the south, Fairmont. Okay, approach end is clear. Departure end is clear. Straighten up that nose wheel. Okay, feet on the brakes. We're going full power. We're making full power. Feet come off, engine looks good, right rudder. Airspeed's alive. 40, 50, there's 60. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Right rudder. Climb out at 74. Engine looks good.
And Fairmont traffic, Skylane 4210 Alpha departing runway 23 will be to the south as well, direct Philippi. Fairmont.
All right, climbing out at 80. Looking good, 500 feet per minute. We'll start our left turn out to Clarksburg. Now.
Fairmont traffic, Cherokee 20 Whiskey crossing 5, Fairmont.
And Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima is 2,400, leaving the pattern, direct Clarksburg, Fairmont. All right, we'll level off here at 2,500. We'll go ahead and give Clarksburg a call here in just a second. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. We are about 6 miles to the north inbound for the option. Okay. Clarksburg Tower, Skyhawk 385 Lima. We're about 6 miles to the north, 2,600 inbound for the option. Clarksburg Tower, Skyhawk 3852 Lima.
Skyhawk 3852 Lima, Clarksburg Tower.
3852 Lima is about 6 miles to the north at 2,700 inbound for touch and go.
Skyhawk 52 Lima, make straight in runway 21.
Straight in runway 21, 3852 Lima. All right, so let's go ahead and we're still climbing a little. Let's go ahead and nose down just a little, and let's set up 109.3 here in our top nav, which is going to be the localizer for runway 21. He gave us a straight in for 21. So I need to get down to 2200. Let's look for the field. We should have the field. It's about 5 miles, straight ahead. I see the field. We'll go ahead and turn over to it. We need to get configured here. Let's go ahead and bring the power back a little. Start descending because we're at 3,000. We got a long way to go. Do a quick descent checklist here. Mixture adjust, power as desired, and carb heat as required. So,
Skyhawk 52 Lima, you're clear for touch and go, runway 21. What's your direction afterwards?
we'd like to make close traffic for a bit, 52 Lima.
Clear for touch and go, then right traffic.
Right traffic, clear for touch and go, 21, 3852 Lima. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull the power back some more. Go ahead and get our carb heat in.
Level 21, Clarksburg ground. Level 21, drive north on Alpha, base of the tower.
Bring that power out some more. Let the nose come over. the first light. Start easing in a little power.
Wind 220 at 6.
Alright, next notch of flaps going to come in here. 20 degrees. And third notch of flaps coming in. 30. Oh, baby, nice landing, Chris. Oh, my. Nailed it. Flaps are up. Tons of runway remaining. Carb heat is in. Full power right rudder. And let's rotate. 65. More right rudder. Keep it over the center line. Climb out at 80. Beautiful. And we're going to make right traffic here. Engine looks good. Everything looks real good. When we get to about 1900, we'll start our right-hand turn for right traffic. We'll go ahead and start our right turn now. About 20-degree bank. Keep the climb coming to pattern altitude. Coming up on pattern altitude here. Go ahead and start our
Airport maintenance, Clarksburg ramp.
downwind leg.
Airport maintenance, drive via taxiway Alpha, base at the Terra.
3852 Lima is midfield right downwind with 21.
52 Lima, runway 21, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, runway 21, 52 Lima. All right, let's start setting up your carb heat. Reduce the power to about 1800, first notch of flaps, and descend. We're a little close, actually. So, we're gonna just cheat over here to the left just a teeny little bit. All right, let's go.
Airport maintenance, roger, thank you.
Go ahead and start our base turn. Keep that descent coming down. Look out the runway. I see the runway. The descent coming. Next notch of flaps, 20 degrees. Nose down. Carb heat's in. We got to get down some more. Fine, fine, fine. And final is clear. Go ahead and start our base turn. And third notch flaps, we're almost there. Now let's pitch for airspeed, power for altitude. There's our final approach airspeed. Looking real good. Carb heat's coming in, flaps going up. And let's get over on center line. Apply full power. Get ready for right rudder. Right rudder. 60, rotate. And he didn't specify this time, but it was right close traffic the last time, so we're going to make right traffic again this time. Those two landings. All right. We'll get one more landing here, then we'll go to Fairmont and do it. We'll go ahead and I'm going to extend the departure leg just a skosh this time. I felt like I didn't quite have enough room. I was a little rushed, so I'm going to get to 2,000 before I start my crosswind turn this time. That'll give me an extra little bit. All right, let's start it. Not a lot of time in the pattern. I mean, it just kind of happens. I do think the pattern would be easier in a low wing, because I really cannot see the field most of the time here. We're also going to go a little bit, see us getting blown towards the field. So, wow, it's significant wind. Look at us getting blown to the right. So, I'm gonna adjust for that this time. That's why the downwind was so fast last time, because of that tailwind. So, let's get over here and get on downwind, and then I'm going to turn my base more into the final this time to kind of compensate for that. I got to get down. I'm way above pattern altitude here by like 100 feet. We can also bring the power out a little because of this tailwind. I mean, we're going to be going plenty fast across the ground here. Let's fly parallel to the runway. Try to get down another 75 feet or so to pattern altitude. Lima is midfield right downwind 21.
Cessna 52 Lima, runway 21, clear for the option, wind 180 at 5.
Clear for the option, runway 21, 52 Lima. All right, let's set her up. We're almost to beam the numbers. Go ahead and put carb heat in. Bring the power back, keep the nose up so we can bleed off just a little bit of speed. First notch of flaps is in, and we will begin our descent at 90 miles per hour, looking real fine. Real fine. Alrighty then, we're about 45 off the airplane. Let's go ahead and start our base turn, and remember, we're going to overturn this time, like more towards the field to compensate for the wind, which we have. So it's not going to be exactly parallel. It's going to be kind of like this. And we're going to go ahead also and bring our next notch of flaps in here. 2. That's 20 degrees. Final is clear. We're 85 here on base, which is great. We're still getting blown away from the runway. So I'm going to start a little shallower base to final turn. Engine looks good. Fuel's on both mixtures good. All right, now let's get established here. Go ahead and bring in the third notch of flaps. That's 30 degrees. We're going to power for altitude, pitch for airspeed. We want to get to about 75 miles per hour here. Which we're at. Still a little high, so pull out just a little bit more power. Looks good now. Runway 21, stabilized approach. A little more power, a little more power. Not bad. I'm happy with all 3 of those landings. Get over on center line here. Flaps verified up. And let's go full power. Engine still looks good. Stay on the center line, right rudder. There is 60. Let's rotate. 3 landings. Tower 52 Lima, we'd like a right downwind departure to the north this time, if possible.
52 Lima, right downwind departure approved.
Right downwind departure, 52 Lima, thanks. All right. We'll head back to Fairmont. Nail a few landings there, huh? 8,000 feet and wide is easy at Clarksburg. Fairmont, under 3,075 feet is a little bit more challenging. But let's go nail a few. Engine looks good. We'll go direct Fairmont here in a second. Go ahead and start our crosswind turn. Keep that climb coming. We'll go to about 2,500 feet or so. Okay. We'll just make a nice lazy, keep making a nice lazy right turn as we climb out. It's a cruise climb now, above pattern altitude. All right, let's level off here at 2,500. Build up a little airspeed. Bring the power back to about 2350, let's say, somewhere in there. Trim. All right, everything looks great. A little hazy. Wind is definitely as prescribed based on the stacks. Oh, my Gatorade's on the floor. That's not a good place for it. And 3852 Lima is clear of the Delta.
52 Lima, roger, frequency change approved, altimeter 3014.
And change approved, and 3014. Thanks for your help today. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima is 4 miles south of the field. We'll be joining the left downwind for runway 23, Fairmont.
Connosville traffic, Platus 4 Whiskey Alpha is in a 2.5 mile final for runway 23, Connosville.
All right, have the field. Obviously, it's literally in front of me. So I need to start descending to get down to pattern altitude. So we'll go ahead, keeping an eye on the carb temp. I might crack the heat just a skosh here. Go ahead and start getting down to about 2,000 feet pattern altitude at Fairmont. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima is entering left downwind for runway 23, Fairmont. All right. There is the field. All its glory. This will be a full flaps landing here. Go ahead and get configured. Go ahead and bring carb heat the rest of the way in. Reduce our power. First notch of flaps. Start descending. See the towers, we definitely are going to turn inside of those. In fact, let's go ahead and start our Fairmont traffic 3852 Lima turning base, runway 23 Fairmont. We're going to overturn because of the wind. We'll roll out about right here. Next notch of flaps, 20 degrees. Keep that descent coming down. We're at 85 miles per hour, looking real nice. We're tracking a pretty perpendicular course. Final looks clear. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima turning final, runway 23, Fairmont. Next notch of flaps. Let's get it slowed down and lower. And finally, we're going to go ahead and drop in the last speed brake. Little power, little power. Power, power, power. Not terrible for my first Fairmont landing. I'll take it. Got a little slow on final. I looked over and I was at 60 miles an hour. That fourth notch of flaps, man, that 40 degrees is intense. It is intense. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima, clear of the active. We're going to taxi back and go off 23 again, Fairmont. All right, everything looks good. Takeoff trim set for takeoff, mixtures on both. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima taking runway 23. We're going to stay left closed traffic for 23, Fairmont. Approach looks clear. Straighten out the nose wheel. On the brakes, full power coming in. Looks good off the brakes, right rudder. Heels are on the floor. Airspeed's alive. There's 40. There's 50. There's rotation. Climb out about 75 till we clear these obstacles. Well clear. Man, it climbs great with 15 gallons of fuel and 1 passenger. All right, when we get up to about 17 or 1800 feet, we'll make our left crosswind turn for runway 23. Go ahead and climb out at 80 here the rest of the way. Keep the engine a little cooler. The engine looks great. Everything's performing beautifully. A little bumpy. Warming up. About another 100 feet to go, we'll start our turn. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima, turning left, crosswind, runway 23, Fairmont.
Oslo traffic, 13920 Whiskey, final 23, Connellsville.
We're going to get blown towards the field, so we need to compensate for that. Also, we're coming up on pattern altitude. Give myself just a little more room this time. I felt a little cramped the last time around there. I like the looks of this though. All right, let's look at our descent checklist. Mixture adjust, power as desired, carb heat as required. We'll get all that here in just a second. And landing. Seat secured, mixture full, rich, carb heat, airspeed, flaps as desired. All right. Let's go ahead and configure this airplane, huh? Let's go ahead and pull in the carb heat. Let's reduce our power slightly to about 1800. And first notch of flaps, and we'll begin descending. Pretty nice. Looking real good. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima, turning left base, runway 23, Fairmont. We'll overturn because of the wind correction. So let's go to about here. Next notch of flaps, that's 20. Keep the descent coming. That's the important part here. Final approach looks clear. And Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima, turning final, runway 23, Fairmont. We're high, of course, but you know, we've got plenty of time, plenty of flaps to adjust for that. We're powering now for altitude, so we're just going to pull that power back. Don't be afraid to pull the power back. And next notch flaps, because we need the help here. And last notch flaps. full 40. Much better on speed this time. Much, much better. I'm liking all of this. Power's coming all the way out. And we're down. Yay! Great job, everybody. We'll go ahead and roll out here to the end. I'm going to stop at the fuel pumps. Get a little fuel.